Hello friends, and welcome to the first episode of 2026 of Booked. I'm joined today by the lovely Hannah R. Goodman. How are you doing today?
Good. That intro was fantastic to see my books across there. That was just so exciting. It's the little things. I was very excited by that. So thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Are you having a good day so far?
I mean, sure. I mean, I'm here. No.
That's convincing.
I don't know how to answer that anymore. When people say, "How are you?" I'm like, I'm upright.
Yeah, right. I'm here. It's fine. It's very much like in the grand scheme of things, I'm probably doing fine.
Yes, exactly.
Then you gesture vaguely and you're like, in spite of the horrors, I'm doing fine.
Yes, that's the right answer. Yes. Yes.
So we have a couple of people that have already joined us. So we have the ever-present Sarah Arnu. Thank you so much for joining.
Hi,
and Grant, hi. It's nice to see you. Grant doesn't always get to make the live show, so I appreciate you being here.
Love it.
And Ellen Holmes. Amazing.
Ellen Holmes. Hi. Oh, hello.
Oh, got friends here already. That's nice.
Great. I'm excited.
So this has been a long time coming. I created a feature for you on the website, which is currently under maintenance months ago. And we're finally at this point where we can actually have a conversation, which is very nice. And I see you flitting around on social media because you are like some sort of powerhouse. I don't know how to describe you, but you're always doing something for your books.
Me?
Yeah, you. You're always doing something, and it's incredible because it's really hard, and you have a full-time job. So, we also have Richard. Hello, Richard.
Hi.
It's just fascinating to me when people have that much energy for advocating for themselves and their work. But you've been doing this quite a while, right?
I have. Oh my gosh, yes. Like half of my life, pretty much. No. Wow, I just realized that it's been... Yes, I'm that old, half my life.
Or you've been working that long. It's, you can...
Yes. I mean, I was 11 when I wrote my first book.
Aww.
And it was called It's Okay to Cry. I mean, if that isn't like fortuitous of what I will later do.
That is hilarious. Well, it's not hilarious. It's very sweet, but it's also kind of funny, and I love it when things like that happen.
Yeah.
In the short period of time that I've been speaking with you just before we went live, and also reading High School Epic, I can see that you are very much connected to your own emotions and very, very aware of other people's. So before I ask you a question about your field of specialty, could you describe for our watchers, listeners, what High School Epic is about?
So I think that, it is a story of a young girl coping with abandonment, which sounds incredibly heavy and serious, which I tend to write about very heavy, serious things, but it's also told with a lot of humor. It's a story of she's carrying abandonment from the opening page, the abandonment of her father. Very soon after, there's abandonment of friends. And so I really think it's a story about abandonment and then coping with that unbearable pain, the initial abandonment of your life, the set of abandonments that can go on. And then how do I put myself back together? Can I put myself back together? And I really think that's kind of the story. It is also a love story. There is a love story in there, but I think it's really about the main character, Danny's journey on coping with loss and abandonment.
During one of the most difficult times of a human's life.
Yes.
Which is your teenage years, which is awful. I'd never do that again. When people say I was 18 again, I go, I don't.
No.
Awful. No. So reading through this, I haven't quite finished it yet, but it's a YA novel.
Yes.
And it feels very high school. I obviously grew up in England,
Yes.
but there are a lot of similarities in the dynamics between, because I went to an all girls school, which was awful. I wouldn't recommend that to anyone. It doesn't make it so that your kid gets in less trouble. They just find ways of hiding it. But yeah, there are. I saw a lot of similarities in Danny and her friends' dynamic throughout the book, as I did with my own friends, and I was like, man, I can't imagine also going through that other stuff as well. Um, so you're as a psychotherapist. Have you used your experience in the field to create your characters?
Yes, I think that, so it's interesting. This is my third career. I became a psychotherapist when I was 38, 39, and yes, and I'm 50. I don't
Wow.
shy about my
Oh
age.
no, you're not.
Yes,
That's
I
got to be a lie.
I'm 50. And yes, I think that it can be a great benefit for me because it will allow me to pull from a variety of experiences emotionally, not just my own experiences mostly, but clients and things like that. I think the downside is it sometimes can interfere. In this book, book was written in 2011, the first draft. So that was a couple of years before I became a therapist. So in a way, I'm really glad I wrote the first draft then, because it's with complete abandon. Then when I went and edited it, it was 2020 when I actually edited the book, did an edit with the book, several edits, major edits.
Okay.
And I had to keep that part of me that's the therapist kind of over there, so she didn't try to give Danny therapy, because the whole fun, I don't know if you noticed this in the book, but Danny, like, her brother's kind of always telling her, you need to go to therapy, and she's like, no I don't, no I don't. There's a little, I mean, I wanted, if people know me and know how I am, I just was sort of doing a little, like a wink, a little, like, because think about it. I mean, I, as a teenager, loved therapy. I put myself in therapy. I walked around with self-help books. I was probably class of 1993 Middletown High School class therapist, if anything. But Danny is very resistant. That's people ask me, is she similar to me? And she is and she isn't. I mean, there's parts of her. So I don't know if I even answered your question, but
sort of, yeah. I mean, I get what you're saying. It's very much like it's helpful to be able to, I assume, like build the characters and understand them in a deeper way.
Yeah.
But it was hard for you to be able to navigate that without trying to fix everything for the character, because it's not nice to see people going through a hard time.
Yes.
And this is someone that you have created.
Yes.
And it's more, unfortunately, much more entertaining if they're being put through the ringer than it is if it gets fixed in the first 3 pages.
100%.
Yeah.
There was a time period when I wrote my very first book, and I wrote my very first book before I had my first kid, but I published it at the same time. I gave birth in January of 2004 to my daughter, my first child, and then I gave birth to my first book in February of 2004.
Busy woman.
I know. And I really was so careful with that character. If anyone goes back and reads my first book, I'm just so careful, because I was thinking in this mindset of I have to protect, because I was in this like mother mode. Well, now I'm the mother of that little girl, that baby is turning 22 in January. So I don't I don't feel those same overly protective, but some of our roles in real life can interfere with our characters, because I can't be too protective of my characters as a mother or even as a therapist. I have to let that all go. I think that's kind of hard sometimes, but like necessary. I'm much less careful now with characters. They get to do what they want.
Because they've grown up, I guess.
Yeah, well, I've grown up. I think I've grown up, and I can live up,
It's a point that Sarah's just made, is that your work is similar to a British author named Jacqueline Wilson, who I used to read tons growing up. Do you know Jacqueline Wilson?
Yes, I do. Actually,
I love Jacqueline Wilson.
Oh my God, I just got, this is the best compliment. Who said that? Who was that?
Sarah knew.
Love that. Thank you. Yes. I'm speechless.
I grew up reading Jacqueline Wilson as a kid, and this is very much the American experience high school period. Like, I loved the story of Tracy Beaker, and oh my god, I tried to go through some of the books, and I was going to share them with some nieces that I have here, but they are, I think I read a little bit above my age group. So I was flicking through them and I thought, I can't share this with children yet, but I will one day. And I found a book of hers that's about Victorian England, so I'm hoping that's safe. But who knows? It was a terrible time then as well. But yeah,
right,
no, it's
right.
You tackle a lot of difficult subjects, and when all your hormones are flying around and you're being presented with like physical things and
Yes.
chemical things, and you don't know how to navigate it. And looking back at that period of my life, you're so clouded with options and nothing really feels clear, and it's all complicated and feels like the worst, most devastating thing in the world. And you look back on it as an adult and you think, that was such nonsense, why was I worried about that? But you capture that sort of angsty teen experience without it being annoying, which I appreciate, because teenagers are irritating. By nature, they can't help it.
Yeah, for sure. I think what helped me capture, thank you so much for the compliment, and for I'm glad that I was able to do that, because one of the things for me that was so important was authenticity, sounding like a teenager, not a caricature of a teenager. And so high school epic was a journey of me pulling out every note. I saved all my notes from high school, the folded up ones.
Oh.
I pulled out my diaries. I found VHS cassettes that I sent off so that I could watch them of myself. And that was part of my research for capturing the time period, the late 80s, early 90s. And so I wanted to sound like a teenager, but I didn't want it to be a caricature. I think one of the things there's nothing wrong with this. You can make a caricature of a teenager and it's funny or whatever, but I really didn't want that for this book. I didn't want her to sound inauthentic.
Well, it makes sense for the purpose of telling the story, because it's so rooted in such painful stuff.
Yes.
That if you were to then create a caricature or a cartoonized version of what people believe a teenager to be, you kind of take away from the nature of the character development and people taking it seriously, because it's like, it's got fun elements to it. It's a fun book, but it's also like really sad.
Oh my gosh,
really sad. So yeah, I liked it, and it's something that, like, it's not normally a book I would read. I'm not the target audience for it, but as a piece of work and something that's similar to things I used to read when I was younger, I definitely enjoyed it.
I want to say something about that. I think that's what you're bringing up, like something that I think about a lot, which is what I normally read, or what's the genre. And I was at a romance book panel for a wonderful bookstore called Once Upon a Book in Fall River, Massachusetts. Love that place. Love Serena. Love it. Anyway, and I think she came up with the term, because I don't think of my book as YA, to be quite honest with you. I don't think of it as a young adult book. I don't think of it as a specific genre. I know it's fiction, but I am genre fluid as a writer. I'm coming out and I'm sharing my fluidity with you all.
Amazing.
I do not think of my book as YA. I think of it just as a work of fiction, because I think that this book in particular, everyone can relate to one of those characters. You knew someone like that. You know someone like that. Not, the adults are not widely featured in this story, which technically makes it in the YA genre. But when they are there, I think if you are someone who grew up during that time, you recognize that there are many parents actually throughout the book. They don't get featured a lot, but they are there, and you will recognize, especially of that time period. So I just wanted to say the YA thing. It's funny when you said I don't normally read that genre. I have started reading since this year, when both of my books came out. I've connected with so many awesome indie writers. And I am reading fantasy. I don't read fantasy.
Indie will do that to you.
I know.
Me too. I don't know what happened.
I don't read. I'm going to say this out loud. I don't read smut fantasy. Well, guess what? Now I do. I'm in. I can't even believe it.
The indies know how to do it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it is like, and what's really wonderful is to be influenced. When you read widely, I think of myself as a mood reader. I saw that on TikTok. Yes, I did. And I think I'm a genre fluid writer and a mood reader. Those are my terms.
Oh.
Thank you, Sarah. Shout out. Yes. Genre fluid authors.
I'm going to steal that. That's great. But yeah, there are some good fantasy authors in the chat, I will say.
Oh, exciting. Well, tell me about your books.
Yeah.
DM
a little book swap situation. That'd be cute.
Yes, book swap.
So I forgot what I was going to ask. That's hilarious.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
No. I know where I was going with this. So you have done a ton of events this past year. So 2025 was really busy for you.
Yes.
What happened there? Were you just like on it? Were you trying to book everything you possibly could? What were the highlights? Tell me about it.
First of all, I love that your impression of me is that I'm all over social media and that I am just everywhere. And can I tell you, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I really
Nobody does.
No, I have no idea. Can I tell you also that I spent 20 years trying to get my books. I was self-published. I enjoyed it very much. After the first 3 books were self-published, I was represented by agents. It's a long story, which I can talk about another time, or you can message me. I'll tell you all the stories. It's all over my Substack. It's all over my blogs. When I finally got a publisher interested, the first one was in 2018. It was for the book Till It Stops Beating. I think you displayed that on the front. Okay. So that happened. That's exciting. Then 2025. I don't know. All of a sudden, 2 different publishers. Well, the backstory to the book that came out in January is called I Love That Girl. It's a very steamy romance book. It was my first attempt at very sexy steamy. I think I achieved it. You tell me if you read it.
Okay.
And that was published by the Wild Rose Press. I signed a book contract with them in 2023. And then that came out in January. And then in early 2025, I signed a contract with the Next Chapter Press publisher, for High School Epic. So all this is to say is I don't know how 2025 happened because it actually was a very hard year for me personally. We've had a lot of things go on in our family. But as a writer, I was like, what is going on? 2 books, 2 different publishers, very exciting. And just, I think, I don't know. There's no method to my madness. I just did some stuff.
You've put in the time. Let's not, ignore the fact that you put in 2 decades of time into this thing.
I have forever. In adult life. Yeah.
And it's paying off. And it's really awesome to see people winning. And I mean, seeing these things flip past on Instagram of you having the best time at events and doing signings and on panels and things. Yeah. It's just so nice to see people succeeding. So I mean, do you have a favorite thing? Like what type of event is your favorite thing to do as a writer?
I'll be honest. I like when I don't have to plan. I like when I show up and there's people that have questions about writing and publishing in my books, and I just can talk and answer questions. I really prefer that over anything else. I don't want to stand up and lecture. Although I come from a teaching background, I have no interest in teaching a workshop, or I've done that over these 20 years. The first round of things I did as a self-published author was a lot of workshops and all that. I just want to get up and talk about this awesome world of publishing now that it's accessible to so many people. I like to talk about process and things like that. My favorite thing is just to have a really fun signing with other authors there and have us all. Thank you, L.N. Holmes. Yes, thank you. I like to hang out with other writers and sign books, like have people come and we just have fun. I just want to have a good time.
Oh, that's a good attitude to have, to be honest, because if you're just there for the enjoyment of it rather than specifically to make sales, for example, because they're nice and everything, but that's the hardest bit.
By the way, guys, nobody makes money doing this.
Yeah.
And while we're on the topic of money, even though we're not, but we are.
Let's go for it.
I just want to say this. This is controversial, guys, and the chat may get a little heated over this.
I can't wait for this.
I am not giving away my books for free. I am not sending a PR box with my book in it. I'm going to tell you why. I don't have money for this.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't. And my publishers are lovely, but that's it. That's all they do is publish the book.
Mm-hmm.
They do not provide me with reader copies or any of that. So I'm not sending physical copies of my books out for free because it's expensive. And I see a lot of indie authors doing that. And I'm like, that's great for you. But all I can think about is how much that's taking out of their budget for, not that we have much of a budget, but I don't know. I hope that's not too controversial, but maybe it is. And that's okay. I'm standing on it, all 10 toes.
I don't think that's a controversial thing at all.
Okay.
It's totally different for each person, because some authors, you know, they have the ability to do it full time and they don't have to worry about making money, so they can do what they like. But the majority of people that I've spoken to anyway are like, they'll give away, like, for example, you are offering digital review copies of High School Epic, which is in your Linktree. I don't know if it's on your website, but I can pop that.
I think it's in my Linktree. Yes, I am, and I will happily provide a free digital copy for people if they was that your dog?
That was my dog. It wasn't me. Sorry about that.
I recognize it as a dog.
But it could have been me.
Hey, listen, safe space. This is safe space for all sounds. Whatever releases need to happen. Okay.
Honestly, the amount of times in recorded episodes I had to edit out farts. I get comfortable with people, and then I go, I forgot where I was. Because I'm in my home, and that's where I do my farting. So,
well, it's a safe space, and I accept all of that.
That.
Yes, I do. I will provide people with a free digital copy of both I Love That Girl or High School Epic.
Great.
But I also want to say listen, my books are not super expensive, and I think that it is. I try to buy other writers' books. I think that that's just an act of support. You know, so it's just something to think about. But yes, absolutely. If someone's willing to read and review my book, I will provide them with a copy.
Awesome. Heard it here, not first, but heard it here. Full stop.
That's right.
But I'll put a link in the description of this episode, so that if anybody's watching the recording back, they can access your Linktree. But yeah, I mean, for anyone that did grow up reading Jacqueline Wilson, or if you like things like that, you will definitely like High School Epic. So you have been publishing your work since 2004?
Yes.
Which is ages ago. That's a long time ago. Yes. But it means that you've also learned a lot, I assume. What are some things that you do differently now? I mean, because I imagine like the accessibility of actually publishing the thing is completely different than 20 years ago. So how's that changed for you?
Exactly what you just said. I've always been into using technology. So in 2004, we had something called classmates.com. This is before Facebook. And I used that to market my book. I wasn't a big MySpace girl. It didn't really do it for me. But the biggest thing that's changed is that you had said earlier, like, I forgot how you said it, but I used to just do whatever came my way. And I would kind of like throw the books on my back, throw my kid on my back, hold a box of books and run around everywhere, like in the tri-state area. And I was young too. I think that energy, but I was not selective in what I did. And therefore I wound up doing things I really didn't enjoy a lot, things that I wasted time on. I think the biggest waste of time is just doing things you don't like. You know, I was good at teaching. So when people started to ask me to do workshops in publishing, I said yes, because it was a way to get people to see my books. However, I didn't really love doing that, but I could do it. So I spent many years doing things that were very draining for me that I didn't really enjoy. Sometimes I'm just tired and I just don't want to do anything. And I used to never say no. I have been more selective now.
That's
I
good.
think that one thing I would say that I do differently is I don't do anything I don't want to do. You know, so somebody reached out about a podcast, and there's something I just wasn't feeling it. I looked at the stuff this person did, and I was like, I don't think this is something that's going to be interesting to me or fun for me. So I think you have to, for me, it's about making sure that the precious energy I have left over after work and family goes to things I really enjoy. The other big thing that's different is I don't have an attitude or like a rigidity around self-published or traditionally published. Like, listen, I don't give a shit. I'll do whatever. You know, if you want, if Random House wants to sign me, which they don't, but if they do,
They might.
Take it all. I don't care. I just want a vehicle. What's the fastest vehicle for getting my book out? What is the fastest vehicle? And, you know, that's another thing. I used to have sort of an opinion. You know, my whole goal was to be traditionally published. Now I think it's I'll do anything, all of it. I'm just less rigid, I think, now. I don't know.
That's helpful. That's helpful because if you have some flexibility about you, then you're going to be way less disappointed.
Oh yeah.
And your confidence will not get knocked as much. And you'll also give yourself a lot more opportunities. I also want to say thank you for spending your energy with me today. I do appreciate that.
Wonderful.
And also Sarah loves your energy.
Oh,
Sarah's a big fan of Hannah. I'm loving this. I think you guys have just made friends. I think
we're friends. We just made friends, Sarah, for sure.
But yeah, it's I totally agree with you. I don't think that you should do things that you don't want to do. If you're in a position to say no, you should always consider yourself first, because it is when you first want to break into anything, whether it's publishing, anything to do with the art world, any career, whatever it is, there is this strange expectation to burn the candle at both ends and make yourself stressed. And I'm guilty of that to this day. But it doesn't help really, because if you are reaching the end of your wick and you get a really good opportunity, then you're not going to give it your all, and you'll probably fail, or you might fail rather. And it's not conducive to a good time, and it's not conducive to success. So I don't know why we do it to ourselves. I still do it.
Yeah, I mean, I think, like, I'm saying this to you at this point in my life, but for me, up until probably, I had kind of, we'll talk about mental health for a second. I had kind of I had a bit of a breakdown in 2014. And that, for me, was the turning point, not only like personally and stuff, but with my writing endeavors. I stopped doing, you know, I said it earlier, I would just kind of do whatever. Oh, you want me to do this? You want me to do, yeah, I'll do that. I'll do this. I'll do that. Meanwhile, I was also in school trying to have a small business, children, etc. So in 2014, I said enough. And I decided from that point going forward, when it came to my writing life, since it's not my job, you know, it's not my job. I'm only going to do what fills me up, not what drains me. So I think that the change, though, is hard, to be honest with you, because if you're, like you're saying, Saffron, you're saying that that's kind of like, you're not there yet, right? Like you're kind of like, I'll do everything. I'll do it all. I'll burn the candle at both ends.
Yeah.
Which I kind of think is part of the developmental stages of adulthood, as you get to an age where, and I believe the age is when you approach 40, and I don't even think you're close because you look really, really young.
I'm 31, nearly 32. Okay.
Super, super young. Yeah. You're not there yet. You got another
few years for a crash out.
Crash outs are great. No, you want your crash out somewhere around 37 to 38.
I'll plan that.
Okay? So plan it. If you have that crash out, just give me a buzz. I'll walk you through it. No big deal.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Crash out helps because you emerge with the realization that the old way doesn't work, and the new way must involve you being more selective. And because the reason why you do the way you do now is because you come from a place of anxiety. Oh, if I miss this opportunity, then I'm just right. But in reality, if you hold on to something too tightly, it's just going to break, including like yourself. Yeah. So sorry, I just did a little therapy. I didn't mean to.
It's fine. As long as you don't charge me, that's fine. No. I'm here. I'm down for the 3.
Yeah, no, free, totally free. That was free.
I appreciate that. But no, I feel like it's definitely it has a massive impact on me physically and psychologically, but it still doesn't stop me. And it's one of those things where, like, at the moment, I am like in the public eye, but I'm not. Like 2 people see what I do each day.
Yeah.
But it's the added pressure of like having to fail in front of people, and I'm sure that it feels like that when you're trying to get people to see your book, because you're like, look at me, look at what I've done. And then if you then don't do so well at it, or if people see that what you're doing isn't working, then it feels strangely embarrassing in a way, because you're like, oh, now I'm failing out there in the world, rather than privately at home where nobody can see.
Which, by the way, your perception of my success this year does not match my perception of myself. So
it doesn't.
Right? So my perception is, here you are, it's year 22 of being an author, and all you can show, that's that part of me, that old part of me, that sort of anxious part of me that will kind of like break through and say, it's not enough. You don't have enough reviews on Amazon. You don't have enough this. That part of me hyper focuses on all the negative and not the positive. And I think that that's the part of me that I have to keep in check and say, listen, you're not in the driver's seat anymore because you suck the life out of me. That part of you, that anxious part of you, just sucks the life out. And also, by the way, why is failure bad?
It's part of growth.
Yeah.
People that don't fail on a regular basis, I don't get on with very well, I think. Because they're just like, everything's fine. And I'm like, it's not. No, it's awful. Not. What are you talking about?
It's not. It's not fun. Also, what is failure? I mean, I think originally when I started out in 2004, like my whole goal was I wanted an agent. I wanted a book deal with one of the big 5. I wanted this. I wanted that. Over the years, when it didn't happen, I had to redefine what failure and success really is. Otherwise, by the way, if you attach yourself to that external stuff, that means if you're down 1 year, then your whole self is down. And if you're up 1 year, then your whole self. So you can't attach yourself and your self-worth to how many books you've sold, or, if you have this or that. Like, fuck it. Sorry.
Fuck it indeed.
Fuck it indeed.
I agree with you. I mean, I was going to ask you this question later, but it feels silly to let this moment pass by. What does success actually look like to you now? As a writer, I mean.
Okay. Well, the first thing I'm going to say is I have written so much about this on my Substack that I invite anyone who's still listening to please go onto my Substack. It's in my Linktree, the link to my Substack. I've been writing about this since my first little blog in 2004. Success to me, I have such a hard time defining it now. I think it's a work in progress, but success to me is trusting myself that it's trusting myself that, when I say yes to something, it's trusting the part of me that is saying, yes, that's a good thing to do. Go for it. I think success for me as a writer, specifically success as a writer and an author, is me sitting here right now talking to you. That every day that I connect to somebody, either a writer or a reader, every time I connect to them through my work in any way, shape, or form, whether it's a post on Threads or it's a post, whatever, that's success. If I'm connecting through my writing and through my voice to another person, then I have achieved the goal, which the goal for me has always been connection above all else. But by the way, Netflix, you can call me and write 2 mil, and you take whatever you want. I just need 2 million. It's not that much.
No, it's not in the grand scheme of things.
No, it's really not. No. Yeah. But anyway, success is connection. I think it's the conversation you and I are having. I was on a wonderful podcast a couple of days ago. That was great. It's connecting. It's community and connecting through my writing and through my voice.
That's awesome. I love that.
Thank you for the question.
Of course. Thank you for the answer.
It's a hard question.
It is a hard question because I think people are also scared to say out loud if it's like a monetary goal or if it's like a number of sales or a number of reviews. But I think it forces people to really think about actually what it means to them. And I think with the nature of the stories that you tell, from what I gather, that kind of goes hand in hand with it, because a lot of it is about human connection and how we navigate the world and things like that. So that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Sarah's running to Substack.
Yay!
This is working. This is just between. Also, you are friends, and she would like you to sort her life out.
Yep.
Shall I leave the room?
Absolutely. I need Hannah to sort my life out. Oh my god, that's adorable. That's the best.
She's not wrong. No, I love you, Sarah.
Oh gosh, that's great. That's wonderful.
So funny. But no, honestly, it's really nice to talk to people who have had this like period of adjustment where because I talk to people throughout like different stages of their writing career, and you have the people that start off and they're like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and you see them, making choices that perhaps are kind of damaging to them or whatever, and then getting to speak to people like yourself who have kind of like gone through that period and come out and figured out actually what you need to do.
Yes.
Because even though it might feel to you like you're not perhaps doing everything that you can, or, you said that, your perception of how you present yourself on social media looks different to the way it does, but it means it's worked, because you're supposed to know the stuff you've hidden.
That's right.
So you're doing a good job.
Right.
But yeah, it's interesting to see people in these different stages, because I mean, I talk to every kind of genre of writer, whether they're fluid or not. I speak to people who are still writing their first book and they haven't published it, people that have published like 15, 20, 30 books. Right. And, the main issue that everybody has is the marketing aspect of it. And I think the thing that I'm seeing as a pattern of success is genuine human connection.
Yes.
That is what works. And it's not easy if you're a tortured writer, because you don't want people to talk to you, and that's fine. But if you are more extroverted, or if you can pretend to be extroverted,
that
works. For it. I'm a pretender. After this, I will be staring at a wall.
Seriously, after this podcast, I'm going to go stare at the wall, and then I'm going to go to my daughter's swim meet where I will not speak to a soul, and I will sit like this.
I love that for you.
I will sit like this.
Like Slim Shady.
I will be Slim Shady.
Love that.
With my hoodie, and I will hope that I emit some kind of foul odor so nobody comes near me.
That's a great plan.
Right?
I'm very much similar. Moving to Texas from England, everybody says hi to each other.
I know, weird.
Why? Are you trying to connect with me? But no, going back to the book stuff.
Yeah, sorry.
I could go on about this all day. I'm very much introverted, but I'm very good at pretending that I'm not. And so, I'm so used to putting Sarah's comments on there. I nearly called you Sarah. I'm sorry.
That's okay. You can call me Sarah. Ellen says, I'm a fellow pretender. Yes, ma'am. Yes, I am. 100%.
You have to pretend sometimes, and that is part of the price if you want people to see your work. And it doesn't always work. You might not be the kind of personality people want to connect with, and that's fine. But if you are, then that probably works. Like if you are able to do in-person events or even attend ones where other writers are.
That's the best.
You've got to go meet people.
If you're having a bad moment and you go, there are other writers locally that I really love to connect with. And A.A. De Silva, Katie Cheris, there are two of my, and if I can be around another author at an event, if you start to feel that energy drain, you've got someone else that can kind of help you. And because those in-person events are exhausting and they're not all quote unquote successful. So you have to really keep your energy, from being depleted. I think that's the hardest part. And I am what I am an extroverted introvert. So I do not gain energy by being extroverted, but I can do it and I enjoy it, but I'm so exhausted after. I really need to, and I think a lot of writers are quite honestly like some form of an introvert, and it's hard to do all of these things.
Yeah. Definitely fiction writers, because we're all too busy
Yes.
trying to get into a book instead, because that is easier.
Did we just get a thumbs up? I don't know what that was. Did you see
I don't know what that was.
That was so weird.
What the fuck?
I don't know.
If anyone did that on purpose, can you tell me? Because that's never happened before.
Yeah, that was weird. I don't know. I apologize.
Me a little bit. Is it because you said yes? I don't know.
What did I do?
Yes? I don't know.
Did I go like this, like jazzy?
If I did that, maybe. My hands are huge. My goodness.
I wonder if that did it. I don't know. That was so strange.
That was creepy. And if you did that, please don't do that ever again, because I didn't like it. It made me feel weird. That's really thrown me off. Anyway, so this is why I don't like people. They're weird.
They are weird. I know.
But no, that's also why I do like people.
Yes.
That's why I like indie writers, whether you're published with an indie press or self-published.
Yes.
Most of you guys are really weird, and that's why I like you.
Absolutely true. I agree with that.
Yeah. And I can tell in people's writing who's trying to pretend to be normal.
Yeah, right. Don't pretend.
Just let it loose. Just be
let
weird.
it loose. Absolutely.
Yeah. So, okay, in 2025, it's okay if you need a second to think. What was your favorite event that you went to?
Oh, my favorite event. One.
You can pick more than one.
Okay. Well, I would say the two events that I did at the nearby Barnes and Noble, and I have no affiliation with Barnes and Noble. I do not get money from them, but Middletown Barnes and Nobles in Middletown, Rhode Island, and Warwick Barnes and Nobles in Warwick, Rhode Island were so wonderful and welcoming.
Aww.
And lots of people came. And they really put me in a prominent spot in the store. I think in large bookstores that's important. And I would say those were really fun, because the one in Middletown, High School Epic, is set in Middletown, Rhode Island, where I grew up. Not only where I grew up, where I was a high school teacher for a brief period. So my high school classmates, some of them showed up to that signing.
That's so nice.
So that was probably the highlight. It was so sweet. It really touched me, because we don't all see each other frequently. Despite how small Rhode Island is, I don't see many people from high school all the time. So that was really touching and sweet. And they were excited. They were all of them asked me the same thing. Am I in your book? So that was fun. And then the other one that was super duper fun was Once Upon a Book in Fall River, Mass. Her name is Serena, and she did the romance book panel, and that was super duper fun.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So I think that I was selective in what I did this year, and I think I chose pretty wisely.
That's cool.
Oh, one more. Can I say one more?
Yes.
Okay. I did an event that was through 10 Lives Rescue, which is they rescue cats.
Oh,
and they did a wonderful event with me and a bunch of other local vendors, artists, so on and so forth. And I had such a wonderful time. And and things went to the kitty cats, and they were so wonderful. So I just want to say that too. And she owns a bookstore in Providence called the Little Bubblegum Bookstore. It's a romance bookstore. Her name is Erin. Sorry, I'm plugging everyone that was wonderful.
Please do. Please do. We love a small business, support small businesses.
Yes.
Yeah. I always want to say horrible things about the big businesses, but then I realize that it's like the bread and butter of most indie writers. I have to be really careful.
I mean, it's true. And I know this is controversial, but I will say that, Amazon, I know nobody likes Amazon, but actually Amazon, and they do support a lot of us, and they make things easy for us as writer publishers.
Yeah.
So my first 4 books are it's a long story short, but they were self-published, then they were published by a publisher, and then now the rights reverted back to me, so I republished them through Amazon. And that was my YA series called The Maddie Chronicles.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say, if it weren't for Amazon, it just would have been really difficult for me. So I know that that's a tough one. It is a tough one.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. It's tough.
It is. It's one of those. We love a rescue cat. Adopt, don't shop. Massively anal about that. Anyway, I have such mixed feelings about the Zon.
I know.
Because I use it, but I resent using it.
Yes.
Sometimes that's the only place I can find the indie books that I want.
I know.
If I can find them elsewhere, I try and get them from elsewhere. And I usually, if I'm going to buy a book, and this is something that if you can do this, the kind gesture, if you can reach out to any indie writers that welcome reaching out, ask them where they get the best royalty from and buy from there instead. Because that's what I try and do.
That's the sweetest, kindest thing you can do. And for me, since the good part about being published with a small press, the I Love That Girl and High School Epic, is that you can find them on bookshop or you can find them in the other places. And if somebody really is against purchasing something from Amazon, if they contact me directly, I will sign a book and send it to somebody. They can. I do have a purchase button on my website for my self-published books. If people just want to make sure the money goes to me, then I can do that as well.
Cool. Awesome. I think there were. I know there's. I don't know if the Amazon boycott is still a hot topic or not. And it's really hard when they have such a monopoly over things.
I know.
And I'm not trying to make excuses. It's just part of it. I'm here trying to support indie writers. If all they've got is, I'm not going to stop supporting them.
Right.
That's the only way that they can afford to publish their work. Right. It's such an accessible thing now.
I know.
There are alternatives.
Yes.
But if that's the easiest way that you can do it, and if that's the choice that you're going to make, then that's the choice you're going to make. I'm still going to support you as a writer anyway. But I do prefer having the other options. I mean, that's why I started printing and distributing, because I just think it's something that I care about in a way.
Yes.
And I don't want to complain about it and then be like, well, I have an option to help and make a difference, but I don't want to do it because it's hard.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you're also bringing up something that, so the next book that I have many more books on my laptop. The next one is, talk about genre fluid. It is part memoir, part fiction. It's a lot of things.
Okay.
And I have made a conscious decision to self-publish. It'll be the first time I'm self-publishing in a very long time.
That's cool.
And I'm very interested in other options besides Amazon. So, and that scares me a bit because I haven't done that in a long time. The world's changed a lot, but I want to try something kind of like what you just said. It's like, I want to be part of the change. But it's also hard because Amazon provides a lot for people. So it's this weird trying to figure it out thing,
Yeah. I don't think I don't think anyone's ever going to beat Amazon. I really don't.
No.
I don't think they are. Like, there are some comparatives, like eBay have their own distribution network, but Amazon have the market cornered in like pharmaceuticals for some reason, and doctors stuff. They have doctors now, which I think is really weird.
It is.
And we're all going to become prime citizens at some point, I imagine.
Right.
So I'm trying not to be too mean.
I know, and also
overlords.
People are, because the unemployment right now in this country is so bad that if you're employed by Amazon, I want to support those workers. It's this weird thing that is this tug of war between, and none of us are perfect, and we all have. It's such a personal decision that I would never judge anyone. Just like self-publishing versus traditional publishing, I'm never going to judge anyone. It's all hard. Whatever you do when it comes to publishing is hard. And we have to, the other thing is we have to be a community where we help each other and not judge each other. I think that's important.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. It's a weird space to navigate because it's a mix of like, oh, where does my morality sit?
Yeah.
And what do I actually want to do?
Yeah.
And what goal am I trying to achieve? And you kind of have to just weigh up the results at the end of the day and be okay with what you're doing. As long as you're okay with what you're doing, then it's probably fine.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Being a human is so complicated.
It's so hard.
It's so hard. I just want to sit under a blanket forever.
Sometimes I just want to be a cat, but then that seems difficult too, because if you don't find a good home, then it sucks.
Yeah. Also, they've got their own problems.
They do have.
They can still get colds.
They can.
Coughs and problems with their tails and things. That would be very stressful. It's like my dog. So she's a rescue. Well, not really a rescue. She's sort of a rescue. We picked her up from a foster.
Oh.
And she has the easiest life.
I'm sure.
But she was so miserable for like 2-3 weeks. And I was like, I wonder if it's her anal glands. TMI, it's happening now. I'm saying it. And it was. And now she's happy again.
By the way, I'm going to go there too, because you did. Not Fred. Fred is the one you saw earlier.
I love Fred.
Fred's great. Mm-hmm. Our other cat, Leon, he's so magnificent. He has some anal problems.
Oh.
He drags his bum across the rug, and we think he's having a butthole issue.
Oh no! Butthole issues suck. Whether you're a feline, canine, or humine.
I love that we got on this topic. You know
Me
what?
Too.
This is fantastic. Anyone else have an animal that has a butt issue?
Now's the time to speak.
Now's the time to speak up. We hear you. We are there for you. And it's very sad when he drags his butt across the carpet. We are taking him to the vet.
Oh, good.
If anyone has any thoughts on that?
Welcome to Booked and Butts. I'm going to change the name of this episode.
You know what? Be careful, because that's going to attract all kinds of people.
They're going to be sorely disappointed.
Yeah, we're just talking about cat butts.
It's okay. Sarah's joined in. Okay.
So my cat's biggest problem right now is that he's knocked his bow from his Christmas behind the sofa. No one can reach it from. Aww.
That's really sad. I'm so sorry to hear
that. Hard day.
Someone needs to sort that out and move the couch.
Help him out. Get his bow.
That's not cool. You're basically telling me that you're not willing to move the sofa for your cat, Sarah.
Come on, we have to move things for our cats.
Yeah.
I do anything for my cat.
Yeah.
Anything.
They're really cool.
Yeah.
Or maybe do. If it brings you to this episode. Whatever brings the viewers. I know I won't do that. Anyway.
That was a good one. That comment was funny.
Yeah, I love it when episodes go down the toilet. It's so funny to me.
Literally, we just were in the toilet. All right, we're coming out of the toilet now.
I didn't predict that, but I'm so glad that it did. I'm so sorry, Sarah. I forgot. I'm sorry. You're just going to get a new bag.
Am I supposed to laugh? Was that okay to laugh?
I think the all caps means we can laugh. This is live, so whatever reaction we've had, we can't take it back. Okay.
I'm just wondering if my friends are listening, because I did tell people that I was going to be on here, and I don't know if anybody's listening. I'm curious.
And they're going to be like, why did you laugh at a disabled woman? Oh, it's okay. You and Sarah are friends now. It's all good.
Yeah, Sarah and I are it's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
So before I ask you my final question,
okay.
If anybody has any questions for Hannah, please put them in the chat now, because now's your last chance. Okay. Do you have anything that you wanted to share with the group before we leave?
I guess I would say that I really want people to read my books. I want people to read my books more than actually, let me back up. I want people to read my work in general, and then I want to know if it connected with them. And I want to hear about that. I think that's I don't have a problem if people, DM me, provided you aren't trying to scam me. We haven't even talked about that, which that's not for this podcast. What is with the scammers? They need to stop.
The internet's rife with them.
Like, so bad. And they think we're stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not
We're
falling for it.
desperate.
Yeah, I'm not desperate and I'm not stupid. But anyway, if I just want people to read my stuff, my Substack, my books, and tell me what you connected with. Because again, I think it's all about connection.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. And I did also put the link for your website in the chat. I'm going to do it again in case anyone has just joined. So you can find links to Hannah's Substack, where you can find all of her books.
Yep.
On here, and I will also put the Linktree in the description of this episode if you're watching this as a recording. We do have a question from Sarah. I knew this was coming. Do you know Pingu or the Wombles? Do you know either of these two things?
Maybe I'm too old. I know the Teletubbies. I feel like they're related.
They're not, but it's okay. So Pingu is a claymation penguin with an attitude problem.
I want to meet Pingu. I'm already in. I don't know him. I shall meet him.
He's got problems. Lives in an igloo with his family, and he's just always pissed off about something.
Oh, I love it. Sounds like something I would love to watch.
And the Wombles, I never described them correctly, but they're basically these little creatures that live in London. I think Sarah's gonna correct me because I don't know enough about.
We got another thumbs up.
Oh, I have no idea where that's coming from.
I don't know what's happening.
Whoever's doing the thumbs up, please just tell me because I don't know how that works. That's so weird.
So weird. Okay, so the Wombles are also
the little creatures.
The creatures.
So I think they're puppets. Or something similar. And I think the whole thing is like picking up recycling. It's adorable. I liked watching it as a kid. I couldn't tell you the plot.
I'm going to check it out. So, Sarah, I will do my research and I will get back to you.
Amazing. We have a question from Richard. So, is there anything in your writing process you feel is unique?
I like the alternate question. Does music factor into your process? I'm gonna answer both.
Please do.
Writing process is a goddamn fucking mess. I write the most disjointed. I write scenes, and then it's the mess. It's the biggest giant mess, and then I put on my editor hat and I make sense out of everything. But I don't, and I'm not I will eventually outline, but after the fact, which is I kind of do all that after.
Interesting.
So I think that's a little bit unique. Does music factor? Absolutely.
Do you have a playlist, don't you?
I will say High School Epic has a playlist that is made up of all the songs that are mentioned in the book. And those are songs that I listened to while I wrote the book. I think music really is quite helpful. But alternatively, sometimes I want no music. So, but sometimes I think it can be inspiring. And then other times, if I'm editing, I can't listen to music because I have to think.
Yeah. I get that. I know that your playlist is on your Linktree.
Yes, it is.
I think it's on your website as well. Yeah. I noticed some very, very good music choices, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
And The Cure feature heavily in this book, which I was surprised at and pleased.
Well, first of all, your home country, I will say, brought us some of the best music, especially that time period. I mean, if it weren't for the British bands, I don't even know. Same with me regarding music. Yeah, I think that The Cure was the soundtrack for high school for me. And
very angsty choice.
Yes, and I have an older sister who introduced me to The Cure, and shout out to my sister Jen. And it definitely factored. It's the perfect music, I think, to go along with the angst and the love and the heartbreak and all of that. And Robert Smith was like, I don't know, I thought he was my boyfriend for a long time, but
I get it.
Alas.
I love that he just basically didn't give a shit.
He didn't give a shit.
Love it. Love that attitude.
Perfect.
The Wombles live in Wimbledon. Womble in free. And they may well be the ones doing the thumbs up, but I don't know if they have thumbs.
You know what, Sarah? I think you're right.
It's the only logical explanation.
It really is. Yes, for sure.
Other than ghosts, that's also a possibility.
And I wouldn't be surprised if ghosts were floating around right now. I don't.
I mean, they have thumbs.
Yep.
I imagine.
I would imagine. Yeah.
Yeah, because you're not going to, unless you die in a horrific accident or you don't have them before you die.
But I'm thinking
probably going to have thumbs.
I'm thinking in the afterlife, your thumbs would regrow.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know.
Yeah. But it depends.
I guess it does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
know. You are such a mood, which is a compliment.
Oh, thank you, Sarah.
I'm loving this cute little thing you guys have got.
I love it.
Okay, before I let you go.
Okay.
My final question for you is, do you have any advice for any writers out there that you wish you'd have had at the start of your publishing journey?
Yes. Listen to yourself before you listen to anybody else. And whatever you write for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Do not write to market. I know you're tempted right now. There's a new writer out there right now. I'm speaking to you. And you're tempted to do a hockey romance. And I am begging you that unless you have a passion for hockey, don't do it. You're going to regret it. Because then you're going to be stuck writing about hockey. And you don't like hockey. So don't do it.
That is fantastic advice. And very topical, I must say.
I mean, really with the hockey. Now, come on.
I know. Tedious sport. I don't like sports. All sports.
I'm not really a big fan. However, I will say, heated rivalry. I said it, and then I'll stop saying it.
I've not seen it.
You haven't?
No, I haven't had the time. Because I know that I'll watch the whole thing.
You will, and you will love it, and you will hate that you love it.
Yeah.
But they're so good. The actors are so good. Anyway, don't write hockey romance unless it's your passion. That is my advice.
Well, on that note, you heed the warning, and I'd like to thank you so much for spending your time with me, and it's been such a pleasure, and you are so funny and so fun to talk to, and I hope that you'll go check out Hannah's books. I'm going to stare into the camera, into your soul. I will be putting the links of this lovely woman's books in the description of this video, and you will go click on them and have a look.
Well, you will.
On that threatening note, nothing good comes from hockey romance. Well, we don't know. Have you seen?
Oh no, Stephanie, I will say there is one good thing that comes from a hockey romance, and that is Hudson Williams. yes, hot.
Where'd you get
very hot. I will agree with that 100%. They are hot. Those characters, if you watch it,
you might change your tune.
You will change your tune.
Well, this was a whirlwind. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you to everybody that joined us today. I always appreciate seeing people in the chat. Even if you're lurking and you're not saying anything in the chat, I appreciate you watching. This has been so much fun. I'll see you on the other side, Hannah, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday. There's a show at a time on Wednesday, I think maybe 4 or 2. Check YouTube because it has the time on there. I hope you'll be there this Wednesday for my episode with Molly Blake. I will see you later. Goodbye.